2020 is going to be an amazing year in anime, one that I'm really looking forward to. There's so many new anime that we can expect coming out. New anime shows, new seasons of our favorite shows, and new movies. I've been marking off my calendar for the drop of these particular titles, and I figured I'd share it with you guys. This is our top 10 most anticipated anime titles coming at us in 2020. Number 10, The Promised Neverland. Fans of The Promised Neverland are gearing up to return to the frightening and disturbing Gracefield house for season 2 of the popular manga turned anime series. What makes The Promised Neverland so unique is its interesting take on the horror genre, which I don't think we've seen too often in anime, or at least done in this particular style. Not to give too much away if you haven't seen it just yet, it follows the lives of orphans living in the Gracefield house, where they all have everything they could possibly ever want. That is, until 2 of the orphans discover a terrifying secret that befalls those who are adopted. The animation is amazing, the orphan kids are adorable, and the story is, well, it's full of many surprises and shocking moments that personally left me feeling very sorry for the kids. The life-changing and altering moments of these particular orphans within the show are sure to leave you wanting to know where the game of cat and mouse will go. Hopefully we'll see what's beyond those gates in season 2. Number 9, Demon Slayer, the movie Mugen Train. Demon Slayer's first season has wrapped, and needless to say, it was a sleeper hit. Fans of the manga series probably aren't too surprised. I'm pretty sure we all knew that when this shonen jumped off the manga pages and onto television screens, fans of anime were going to be hooked. The 2020 follow-up to Season 1 is set to cover the Infinite Train arc, where we'll likely see an action-packed and gory battle upon that very train. Number 8. That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. Now, you might think being reincarnated into anything would be quite the experience upon facing the sweet release of death in an anime. Or maybe not so sweet for office worker Satoru Mikami, who gets killed one day and awakens in a cave within a fantasy world where he's a slime. In RPG-like fashion, he discovers new abilities he has in his new form, all based on his final thoughts before his death. Based on the web novel by the same name created by Fuse, the first season was a simulcast hit both in Japan and stateside. The first season was able to smash its way through the first 3 arcs in its 24-episode run, and with a total of 10 arcs in the overall web novel, it's a likely guess that there's room for a 3rd season. Not to mention the many spin-offs the manga series has received. That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Corporate Slave, The Ways of Strolling in the Demon Country, The Slime Diaries, How the Monster Country Works, That Time I Got Reincarnated as Kosakushima, Tenchura, and Trinity of the Magic Kingdom. Needless to say, this is a very, very popular series, and there's so many future possibilities and avenues to explore in 2020 and beyond. Fans of the series are undoubtedly excited for the 2nd season slipping and sliding in 2020. Number 7, Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex 2045. The director of the original Standalone Complex series, Kenji Kamiyama, returns for the next addition to the anime series, entitled Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex 2045. This will be the first in the Standalone Complex series to be fully rendered in CG animation by Production IG and Sola Digital Arts, the latter of which brought us Sony Pictures' Appleseed Alpha back in 2014. Shinji Aramaki, who previously directed Appleseed Alpha, will also be joining Kamiyama in the director's seat, delivering new missions for both the Chief, Bato, and the rest of Section 9 in 2020. Details on what the upcoming series is about is scarce, with Netflix simply saying, quote, "In the year 2045, after global capitalism has defaulted, Japan's elite Section 9 begins conducting covert cyber operations." Although the animation style might deter some longtime fans of the Standalone Complex series, with the original series director of Standalone Complex attached, as well as the director of the Appleseed series, another iconic futuristic manga anime franchise, it's a safe bet that the plot of the 2 proposed seasons will be enthralling. Number 6, Digimon Adventure Last Evolution Kizuna. The original Digidestined are all grown up in the upcoming film Digimon Adventure Last Evolution Kizuna. Part of the overall 20th anniversary celebration of the franchise, Digimon Adventure Last Evolution Kizuna sees our heroes in their 20s. And if the title alludes to anything, this could very well be their last foray into the digital world. which could mean lots and lots of tears for all of us who grew up watching Digimon and seeing this cast of heroes as kids around our age. Word on what the film is about has been very, very scarce, so we can only speculate what it might be about. Fans of the Digimon series may remember the final episode of the second season of Digimon, where we see 25 years have passed and the Digidestined have kids of their own. How or if this will align with what they have planned for the upcoming film is yet to be seen, but we'll be watching and anticipating this movie 20 years in the making.
お手上げ状態。
でしたら一層のこと。別のアプローチで調べてみますか。
Number 5, ReZero. ReZero's starting life in another world debuted back in 2016, and since then, fans have been patiently, or maybe not so patiently, waiting for a second season. Now sure, we were all blessed with 2 OVA specials released in theaters in Japan, but the question that was looming in the air was, where is a full and complete second season? Fortunately, we got news that a second season of ReZero is headed our way in Japan spring of 2020. And honestly, it's about damn time. No word on the exact release date just yet or when we'll receive it over here stateside, but true otakus know how to get the eps well in advance. Number 4, Uzumaki. Adult Swim's Toonami, along with production IG, are bringing us an anime television series adaptation of the horror manga series Uzumaki. Written by Junji Ito, this 4-part limited series tells the tale of a fictional city plagued by a supernatural curse involving spirals. The curse continues to spiral out of control, affecting the denizens of the small city. Now, what makes this particular manga turned anime so unique is the fixation or obsession of spirals. The director of the anime has been noted saying, quote, "The theme of Uzumaki deals with luring people in and attracting them, which is the nature of a spiral." With a color palette set to black and white and original score by Colin Stetson, who was also responsible for the eerie music heard in Hereditary, Uzumaki and its unique art direction is sure to draw you in, much like the unavoidable spiral curse that plagues that town. Number 3, Dorohedoro. Hugh Hayashida's story of an amnesic reptilian-headed man named Cayman in search of his lost memories finally makes its way from manga pages and into the animated world in this adaptation of the post-apocalyptic action series. The story follows a man named Cayman who, after a run-in with a sorcerer, is left with no memory of his former life and his head is transformed to that of a lizard. Along with his gal pal Nikaido, he strong-arms or strong-mouthed sorcerers to force them to answer to the face in his mouth to confirm whether they were the sorcerer who transformed him into this reptilian beast and usurped his memories. Now, the story of Dorohedoro is insane, and fans of the manga series that started way back in 2000 are immensely hyped for this one. Not only is the story sure to be wild, but looking at the amazing visuals we've seen thus far, it's sure to be quite a delight to our eyes as well. It's unsurprising, as the visuals in this post-apocalyptic world of Dorohedoro is brought to life by Shinji Kimura, the creative mind behind the background art in the classic anime Akira and My Neighbor Totoro. Now, I wanted to take a moment before we jump into the final 2 here and say that this one was a very tough call. These next 2 anime in my book can easily both be placed in the number 1 spot, simply based on which one you as an anime fan are more hyped to see. Also based on the impact they've both had in the anime genre as a whole. So now that we got that out of the way, let's do this. Number 2, Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0. There's no denying the impact Evangelion as a series has had on the anime genre. And with the announcement of the Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 film way back in 2012, fans of the franchise have been salivating for the release. This will be the last of 4 films that were planned for the franchise, beginning with Evangelion 1.0, You Are Not Alone in 2007, Evangelion 2.0, You Cannot Advance in 2009, and Evangelion 3.0, You Cannot Redo in 2012. The film was initially going to be released in 2015, but due to director Hideaki Anno's involvement with another giant that towers over buildings, Shin Godzilla, production was delayed. Now theaters in Japan are gearing up for a 2020 release. And number 1, Attack on Titan, the final season. The 4th and final season of Attack on Titan kicks off fall of 2020. And while all of us fans will be mourning the fall of one of the most influential anime shows fit for a Titan, there's something to be said about an anime show that knows when to close the book on its iconic story. Now, without giving too much away, the season 3 finale of Attack on Titan revealed a pretty damn dark reality for all the dwellers of humanity within the walls. The revelation that we saw in the final episode of Attack on Titan season 3 will seriously change the entire direction of the series, pretty much leading season 4 down a very interesting path for Eren and company. Along with the manga, the final story arc is sure to bring a lot of bloodshed. Eden's perspective and objectives have changed, especially with his connection to the Wall Titans and want to protect Paradise Island. Seems as though Attack on Titan is moving into their very own endgame, and fans of both the anime and manga series can't wait to see how it all wraps up.
エレン、お願い、帰ってきて。
And of course, guys, there are some honorable mentions. Well, this one is more of just some wishful thinking. And I know there's been some speculations that there will be a new JoJo series in 2020 based off the life and times of Totaro's daughter, Jolene. I'm hoping that's the case, but since there's nothing official, we can only hope Stone Ocean will be a thing in 2020. Now, how likely is it? I'm not sure, but the manga and anime series are extremely popular, so it's definitely likely we'll be seeing Jolene Cujo and her stand stone free sometime in the future. 2020? I don't know, it's a maybe. I'm hoping. Now, things we do know for a fact, to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Yu-Gi-Oh! In 2020, it was announced that a new TV series will be premiering to commemorate the franchise. Now, there hasn't been any other information on what the plot of the new series will be, but usually if we're talking about commemorating the 20th anniversary of a franchise, I mean, it might be a safe bet to assume we might be seeing our old friend Yugi make a return from the original series. I mean, after all, Digimon's 20th anniversary sees us revisiting the original Digidestin, so it'd be quite the fan service to bring back Yugi, Joey, and even Seto Kaiba for this new unannounced series. Now, that's just my assumption, of course. Why else would they be so tight-lipped about it? Because fans would flip and lose their shit.
It's time to do.
And that's our list of the top 10 most anticipated anime of 2020. Did your favorite anime make it to the list? What did you think of our ranking? Sound off down below. And of course, for more anime, as always, keep it right here on IGN.